So, yeah, art class for today, yes. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get hold of a canvas board, canvas paper, stretched canvas, some kind of canvas. Can be canvas paper, as I said. Something upon which you can paint. Could be wood. It's beautiful wood. Canvases. They don't call them canvases. Painting surfaces is good. Beautiful wooden ones that are already framed up for hanging and stuff. You can find those all over the place. I know Ben Franklin has them. I've seen them there. Many other places have these too. Michael's, I think, has them. Flax probably has them as well. So, here's, and if you just have paper, if it's all you got is paper, make sure it's thick paper. So you can paint on it. Or thin paint, so you can paint on paper. If you only have watercolor, that's okay. Watercolor's fine. If you want to use watercolor on paper, that's good. You can use acrylic or oil on canvas. I don't suggest oil. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to paint a scene that you remember. Don't use a photograph. That you actually can remember. Well, you probably just remember little portions of it, and then you'll have to reconstruct it as you paint. You'll reconstruct the memory. If you went to summer camp, or you visited your grandma, your nana, anything you did as a child where you left your home and went somewhere else, into the country, into the city, wherever it was, on a visit, where you can remember anything about the landscape at all, just anything. You can construct any small part of landscape from your childhood memories. It can be from a birthday party, anything that's memorable to you. Try to get the scene painted on a piece of canvas. And don't worry about the technical aspects of it. Doesn't have to look like a professional artist did it. I don't expect a professional artist's rendition of a scene and so forth. And photographic is not what I'm after here. What I want you to try to do is reconstruct the scene from memory. And you'll have to do it by starting out with what you know to be true. There was a big field there. There was a tree on the right and so forth. And there was a fence. And as you paint, especially if you use watercolor, you're kind of on your own here. But if you use if you're very certain of the scene, you can use watercolor. And once down, it's down. With acrylic, you can change your mind and say, no, wait, that fence didn't go there. It went over here. You can unpaint, paint the fence out and paint it in elsewhere. If you're very patient, you can wait for the paint to partially dry before you do that, or you can just go ahead and do it wet. Or you can take a piece of cloth and wipe off what you put on and right down to the canvas and just repaint as long as it's still wet. But what I would like you to do is work out that scene. Work it out. The ideal size is 24 by 36 inches, but if you can't work that big, work small. That's okay. All right, that's your exercise, your painting exercise for the day, and then we're going to go get the